Hello, and welcome to the Flick Advisor. Today we're going to review The Fate of the Furious. The Fate of the Furious is directed by F. Gary Gray. The Fate of the Furious is the 8th installment into the Fast and Furious franchise, which began with The Fast and the Furious, all the way back in 2001, I believe. So now, 16 years later, we have the 8th installment in that franchise, and it's hard to believe that this franchise evolved from that, which just street racing in LA. The movie starring Vin Diesel, The Rock, Ludacris, Tyrese, Jason Statham, among others. But those are the main names that you need to know when watching the film. And of course, the villain this time around is played by Charlize Theron. And one thing that's good about the Fast and the Furious franchise is it's managed to keep people throughout the series. It's managed to keep Vin Diesel from the first one. Unfortunately, with the death of Paul Walker, Seven was his last film. But they managed to keep Tyrese and Ludacris from the second movies. They brought The Rock on. And they managed to keep these people as part of the family, you hear them say a lot. And what that has turned into is a really, really diverse cast. And so that's good on the Fast and Furious franchise for doing that. So Charlize Theron forces Dom to betray his family, his friends, the group, in order to have him steal things for her.
Did you ever think you'd betray your family the way you did today?
Dominic Toretto just turned on us.
And now the group has to try to stop Dom from achieving these things.
I don't know why he's doing this, but that wasn't Dom.
She's the very definition of high-tech terrorism. And now, she's working with your guy.
The whole time, Charlize Theron is holding something over Dom. Without going into too much spoilers, so obviously, we see him betray the group, but obviously we know that he's not betraying the group for no reason. I'm not going to spoil what that is, but she's essentially blackmailing him into doing things for her. Now here's the funny thing about the Fast and the Furious franchise. These movies have gotten to the point where they're almost critic-proof, they're almost review-proof. They're like Tyler Perry movies. It doesn't matter what you say about them, as long as they are exactly what the fans and followers of the movie franchise is looking for. As long as it caters to that group, the franchises are going to do all right. The movies are going to be fine, and everybody's going to make their money. Nobody's going to be disappointed. The problem is if somehow after all this time you don't know what Fast and Furious is, and you walk into one of these movies and you're expecting something else, then it's going to be a problem. Because like I said, this movie originated from, street racing in LA. And we've come a long way since this. We moved into government things and conspiracies, and, they've become James Bond movies with, raced out cars. There's not a whole lot of character development, if we're being honest. But nobody's asking for character development really in the Fast and Furious movies. What we want is fast cars, things blowing up, kind of interesting characters, at least characters we can get behind and root for, a little bit of humor, a little bit of comedy, and so all those things are there. In fact, with this movie, with Fast and the Furious 8, Fate of the Furious, I'd actually say they actually pulled back a little bit on some of the fantastical elements that were happening like in 7. 7 lost me a couple of times with just the things people were doing. Some of it was just over the top. The little comedy moments, for the most part, work. There's quite a few cheesy one-liners, a little bit of cheesy dialogue that just kind of bugs me because it's not cool. It's trying to be cool, but it's just not.
Why are they shooting at me?
I don't know, maybe because you're in an orange Lamborghini?
Shut up, Tess!
One of the things that bugs me in this movie, for whatever reason, and I didn't notice it before, I don't think it happened in the other Fast and Furious movies, but Vin Diesel's dialogue is really bad, and the way he grunts and growls everything he says is really annoying in this movie. I don't really know what it is, because it's not always like that. In the previous Fast and Furious, yeah, he's got a deep, raspy voice, but it wasn't all grunting and growling dialogue.
I got no choice. You turned the most important person in my universe against me.
Charlize Theron as, the villain. I like Charlize Theron. She's a great actress, but for whatever reason in this movie, it's like they have her, on Xanax or something like that.
One thing I can guarantee, no one's ready for this.
She's the very definition of high-tech terrorism.
There's thousands of cars in this city, and now they're all mine.
The team is good. Tyrese, Ludacris, Michelle Rodriguez. The people who stand out the most in this movie are Jason Statham and The Rock. As a matter of fact, there are talks of them having their own, spin-off from this franchise.
I mean, do you really believe you could beat me in a straight-up old-fashioned fist fight?
Let me tell you something. Me and you, one-on-one, no one else around. I will beat your ass like a Cherokee drum.
Maybe one day we'll find out.
Oh, you better hope that day never comes.
The movie does a really good job of kind of making you forget that Jason Statham was a villain in the last ones. All in all, the things that bug me, Charlize Theron is underused, I'd say. Vin Diesel is grunting way too much dialogue. A couple of moments of just seriously over the top, but they've dialed it back from the last movie quite a bit, I'd say. And the little quips and little moments of humor that are supposed to be cool that just don't fit the moment a lot of times. All in all, I would put The Fate of the Furious probably middle of the pack in terms of Fast and Furious movies. I still believe 1 is better. I believe 4 and 5 are better. This is probably right there with 6 and better than 7. So as a Fast and the Furious, and right, Tokyo Drift. Well, we all know where Tokyo Drift falls in the lineage of those movies. So, that being said, I give The Fate of the Furious a... Taking what it is, it's a Fast and the Furious movie, so you know what to expect. As a Fast and the Furious movie, it is a 8 out of 10. You're not going to get some type of profound message from this movie. That's not what you're getting. When you walk into the movie and you have expectations for a Fast and the Furious movie, it meets those expectations at an 8 out of 10 mark. I'm trying to qualify this movie. I'm trying to qualify my answer. If you like Fast and the Furious movies, go watch it. You'll enjoy it. 8 out of 10. Please tell me what you think of The Fate of the Furious when you watch it. In the comment section, let me know what your favorite Fast and the Furious movie is. Mine's is probably 5. 4 and 5 to me are right there as my favorite, Fast and the Furious movie. Please drop a like, drop a comment. I have more reviews coming for you. I'm trying to develop a schedule, so I kind of have an idea when I'm going to drop the reviews. Please subscribe. Thank you.